Hello and welcome to JPML Select English commentary done by Jenn of JPML and Garth of JPML.
Hey, I even have both mics on. I triple checked.
Wow,
If I check
that
right now,
is.
that will be a quadruple check. Yep, definitely both on.
Well, look at that. It's coming out of my mic. We don't need to have the feedback
And
happen
also,
anymore.
there's music on, and it's called. The name of the song is "This Is Not Background Music,"
Wow,
so we're using it
how
as background
appropriate.
music. Yeah.
Oh, you
um,
can call it foreground music.
we're really like rebellious, so as soon as
Equal,
I
equal
saw the
to
name
us
of
music.
that, of course, that's what I wanted to use it for. What's up, Kaiser
You
Claus?
had to misuse it.
Oh my god, excitement for JPML Select. That makes me so like smile so much. Thank you so much.
Aw,
Yeah.
thank you, thank you.
I'm just gonna put up the Instagram story and then we'll once that's up.
Story. All right, so we got what we got going today. We have one more qualifying round. Well, not qualifying round. Oh my goodness, excuse me, burpee. Excuse me. We have one more of the semifinal round, which Garth finally understood the explanation for last week.
This is the final
Semifinals, yes.
the quarterfinal round.
Quarterfinals and semifinals are sort of at the same time because they start with a quarterfinal number of people, but halfway through the round, they get rid of half of them. But
more than halfway,
it's
but
not
yeah.
as if,
I have to just
oh yeah,
correct everything you say. I'm
right, right.
because I'm
I'm still understanding
insufferable.
it in pieces, still getting it in pieces.
I'm also
Um,
insufferable and I'm perfectionist things going
so
on. But
let's see, these are games 5 and 6. So they would have gotten rid of some of the players already.
I think so. We will have the screen coming up once we start the game, and I'm going to pause it on that
Okay,
so we can actually like read it for a few minutes. So we can just do that right now.
okay.
Um, right here. Pause. Okay, look. Okay, so they all play. It looks like maybe they play one more game, and then only the sixth game is the topic. Maybe this is. It's really hard to tell with the colors. Like those colors don't make sense at all, do they? Yeah, but Shibukawa is on this table, so he's still in. So they do play 5 games. Perhaps the only 8 people play 6 games, and then the top 4 will move on, is my guess. You know what? I have to say that Namba Shibukawa is one of my favorite M Leaguers, like, of all time. First of all. Second of all, we practiced together for this tournament specifically. So I often go to their house to practice. His wife, of course, is Rinka Hayakawa. They just had a baby last month. Yeah. Yeah, power couple. You know, she's in Mahjong Fight Club. I think she's very busy with their new addition to the family right now. I have to send a present too. I'm definitely sending a present. But yeah, so yes, and KY's birthday and Sho Shiratori. I know this because I've been editing our post episode, which is all done, and I just have to translate the subtitles. Subtitles are all timed and everything, and I just have to translate them. And I'm going to get the September episodes also just like finished and up before September. And yeah, it should go up tomorrow. As soon as I have the Japanese subtitles proofread, they will go up. The episode will go up. Don't forget that's on the Mahjong Gen channel. On this channel, we also have Play Like a Pro going up every Friday. I guess morning for most people. But yeah, we practice. So I was lucky enough to be invited to practice at their house because they have a Rex. Like they got the exact same Rex that they use on M League. So and before the OUI tournament, we specifically practiced A rules because, you know, Shibuka was also going to be playing A rules in the OUI tournament. So we got together specifically to practice for this tournament. So I feel very special that he made it to the, top 16. Maybe it's because I practiced with him. It's possible. Yes, and this year I hope we'll have some World Reach pros playing. We do have 2 new World Reach pros who will play in the Pro League. 2 from Hong Kong that are going to be commuting for the Pro League. So that's pretty exciting. Yeah, it is pretty exciting. That's true. This is true. There is, I don't know how that's going to work with the WRP pros, but our goal is to make it work for them as well before it starts. So we're working on that. We're working on lots of things, but now we have a pretty smooth process for World Reach pros to play in tournaments in Japan. They're allowed to play in basically all JPML tournaments, which other pros are not allowed to play in. So that's pretty. Is Garth's audio dead again? Oh my god, because we switched over here. Okay.
As soon as we go to a different screen, somehow.
Yeah, it's okay. Mostly it was me talking anyway, so
Yeah. Me being corrected again. Still not figuring out how the semifinals work.
I'm just a really bad streamer. I really need somebody to handle OBS for me. The other problem was that I was doing the Instagram post while I was talking.
It does seem weird that it wouldn't just automatically do that, but thank you, Kaiser.
Yeah, the old. So my other version of OBS does it on my Mac, but the version on my Windows does not do that. So that's why I'm not used to streaming on this one. But anyway, I told all about practicing with Shibukawa.
Yes.
Did you say anything important?
I think I was just kind of mentioning that people could join the OUI thing, which you then sort of reiterated anyway. So
oh yeah, online.
Even if you're not a pro,
qualifier.
There's online qualifier on Runrun, and if you are in town, there's I don't know. I hate to call it amateur, as if you're not pro level, but they call it the amateur qualifier if it's not the pro qualifier.
Yeah, that's what it's called. It's just non-registered pro qualifier.
Yeah, there you go. That's a better way to say it.
But anyway, so I'm excited to watch Shibukawa play after practicing with him specifically for this tournament. I think personally, I'm excited. I feel excited. That's an exciting thing.
After you taught him how to play in this tournament.
How to play A rules, yeah.
A rules, yes. Because we are the only ones who know how to play without Ippatsu and Uradora. That's a big point for this game, in case we have any new watchers of this who haven't been watching the last couple of weeks. These are A rules, meaning that there is no Ippatsu and no Uradora. Right. So there's a lot more focus on creating value in your hands. And there's perhaps a little less worry about, I don't know, not throwing into a reach, but like we were saying before, like there's really no difference throwing something dangerous Ippatsu or throwing it after that. You wouldn't be more careful on Ippatsu just because there is no Ippatsu.
And sometimes that's hard to remember, especially when you're playing a lot online. Because you go to play the A rules in person. Even when we were playing in North Kanto this weekend, Garth and I played in North Kanto this weekend, in Gunma. That is a long trip, like 6 hours round trip for me, basically. Yeah, we and I did have to remind myself, like, oh yeah, I can discard this anytime because there's no Ippatsu, so I don't have to just wait one turn.
Wish I had remembered something more about Mahjong, because Jenn absolutely crushed me
I did.
this last weekend.
Yeah, I did have a really good session, and it felt like I feel like I haven't had a good session like that really in years. So that was also kind of exciting.
My sessions have all been pretty much like that, except for North Kanto for the first 3 sessions when Jenn was not there. And then Jenn shows up, and I suddenly forget how to win in North Kanto too.
Ura seems to be a controversial rule in general. Really,
Yeah, I
I've
saw
never
that. It seems
perceived it as
interesting.
controversial. The only rule set I know of, I mean, JPML rules famously do not use it, and I think Mahjong Union also has a rule set that doesn't use it. Maybe their normal rule set doesn't use it. But other than that, I think it's pretty universally used everywhere. The
Wonder
Saikoi-sen
where this
Classic does not use it, but that's only one special tournament, and that rule set is only used once a year in that tournament. So,
wonder where this controversy is happening.
yeah, it's pretty standard now, I think.
Hmm.
I mean, I prefer it, but I don't mind having multiple rule sets. I would be sad if we only had rule sets without Urda, but I don't mind having both.
Yes, a little variety is nice.
Um, but
Sometimes you
I'm
play
interested
Hold'em,
to hear
sometimes.
like where you heard it was controversial because I haven't
Yeah.
really seen that in Japan as it being controversial. I've seen it as preferred in Japan, and
I'm sort
only
of a
like specific pros, like like really old school hardcore pros are like, I don't want Ruda, but
mm. We are fans of controversy, though.
in the English speaking Reach communities on Reddit, yeah,
Oh,
I guess
Reddit.
it's more outside of Japan then. It's not very controversial within Japan.
Uh, Reddit. I mean, that's half of what Reddit is all about. Is just being controversial and confrontational and argumentative. No, is there any other reason for Reddit?
I don't know. I'm not really on Reddit. I sometimes look at a link.
Yeah, somebody will send you something and you look at it, but yeah,
Yeah,
I don't really look at it other than that.
I don't have an account or anything. So, but yeah, I seem it would make more. It would make sense that it's a little bit more discussed outside of Japan because there seems to be a lot of discussion about rules and which rules are better and things like that. And I think within Japan, there's a little bit of that discussion, but for the most part, it's more like, okay, this tournament is these rules, so what does my strategy need to be? I think it's more, the discussion is more geared that way than it is
Mm.
as like things need to change. And I think maybe that's the advantage of using multiple rule sets like JPML does,
Uh,
is that, yeah, you get to experience all of them anyway, so you don't have to be very like um argumentative about it. I
yeah.
guess.
Well, the game has started, and just to point out the way things are at the moment, Yamada is at. Well, that's a different Yamada, isn't it? Yamada's in kind of the middle. He's in seventh place. Hisato is kind of towards the top in 3rd place. Shibukawa is farther down in 13th, and Tsuzuki has difficult kanji, and I can't quite see it in the
uh,
list. Where is his name?
well, he's just
Suzuki.
below probably Yamada Hiroyuki.
Oh, I think you're right. Yes. There he is in 8th place. So that's what people are playing for at the moment. We think perhaps there's going to be a cutoff here, and the top
There will be a
8
cutoff.
players
Yeah, there's only 6 games.
will
We're
go
going
into
to
the
watch
6th game.
2 different 6th games, I think. So we're gonna
Oh, okay.
watch
So we're going to watch. Wow, that was a very quick win by Shibukawa.
Shibukawa, go, go, go. He wanted the full straight, but he got the cheaper side. It was a 147 weight. He wanted the 1, but got the 4. Still manga in hand. Massive because the 4 was the Dora, of course.
Not a bad start, and very important for him because he does need to get to 8th place to continue on to the next round. So we're watching 2 of the 5th round games, is what you're saying?
Now we're watching this 5th round game. This is where there's going to be a cutoff
Uh,
to 8 people. And then we will watch both semifinal games. So we will watch the 6th game will
um,
be the first semifinal table and the 2nd game the next week. You
Next
won't
week,
be here,
okay.
but next week we'll watch the second semifinal table.
Yes.
And that will decide
I
who goes up.
have a little vacation under the knife.
Yeah, I don't know who's gonna step in for you either.
Oh.
If you guys have a
Cool.
commentator request, please let me know.
Oh. Kawakami? Kawa. Okay. What's her name again? Kamikawa? Who did we work with? Kawakami. Rei?
Yes.
Rei-chan. I can just say it. I do know her.
Yeah, I don't know. She's so busy. I know she really wants to do it, but she's kind of like me. She wants to do everything. So, and she actually gets called and invited to do everything. So
that's also important.
Busy.
Speaking of nice starts, I think Shibukawa also has 2 Dora in his hand, and a nice start for Tan Yao. He could call the Dora if he gets lucky. Oh, and a bunch of pairs. 2 outside tile pairs, the 1s and 9s. 1s of bamboos and the 9s of dots. Probably going to make calling a little bit difficult. There are 4 pairs. Could think that he might get his other pair later. Or will he go for a quick 3-pin discard? So perhaps he's not really thinking about Tan Yao. Of course, it was all by itself. It wouldn't really go with anything at the moment. Now he throws Hatsu, so he takes another Tan Yao type tile. Another pair for Tsuzuki, who now has 4 pairs. Another pair for Hisato. Another pair for Shibukawa. It is pair ba.
I think
Pair
Vala,
placed.
sorry, just to cut in, Vala also made a comment about Yamada not calling the green dragon last hand. Because he had 2 green dragons and 1 red dragon and 1 white dragon. The green dragon came out like basically the first discard. And then it came out later after there were already 2 reaches. I think if he had 2 of another dragon, it might have been more likely to call. But his hand wasn't very complete, I think, in his mind.
Did Yamada just get to Tempai? I feel like he might be Tempai with an outside hand. Oh, that's Tempai for Shibukawa. And that's Tempai waiting for the 6 and 9. He has Pinfu, so he doesn't need to reach, but he would definitely obviously like the 9 instead of the 6. Lots more points with the 9. However, I don't. Is there still one out there? There's still one out there, right? Two of them in Shibukawa's hand. So, is that another? Wow! It really is pair place.
Yeah, the reach was when the second green dragon was discarded.
Oh, he gets the
2 reaches. Sorry.
Nice.
Wow, massive hand for Yamada.
He draws the expensive one, the last one that was there.
And that's Haneman, massive. Yeah, so when the second green dragon was discarded, there were already 2 reaches on the table, so he was using them as his safe tiles. For the first discard, I think it was just he really just felt like he had time to wait for the second one, and his hand wasn't very complete. So that would be my read, knowing him as a player. There's the other Yamada there on the left side, who is in first place at this time.
The top of the leaderboard.
And he's so cute. And his vest is so cute.
Poor Shibukawa. He had such a nice start, and then happens to be Oya when somebody draws Hanemon. I knew that feeling last week in North Kanto. It hurts.
I actually had a hand similar to what Yamada's hand was just now. And the 6 came out. The 6 dot was discarded.
And you Minogashita?
I did, because the dots were so cheap on the board. There were so many dots on the board, but there were still 2 9s left that weren't out yet.
And did it all work out awesomely? Do we get a nice happy ending to the story?
One turn later, the player across from me discarded the 9.
Yay!
So I won on that one. It was the perfect Minogashi.
Nice.
Yeah, so I skipped the win and waited for the more expensive one. And there were still more sixes left as well, and the dealer, I think, was discarding the six, so I figured it would come out again if if the other 9 didn't come out.
Well played.
Yeah, it was, I mean, it was going to be 1,300 or 8,000, so it was a massive difference.
Yamada draws a 2, which gives him kind of a gut shot on the side weight there.
And Shibukawa also going for an outside hand this time. You'll see a lot more outside hands with these rules since there's no red 5s and no ippatsu, no ura, so you have to build value, and it's actually worth it to build value with outside hands in these rules.
Yes, the outside hand does end up being worth a lot more in this game. So Yamada chooses to probably make he draws a Dora, which is all by itself. Probably hoping, and there's another Dora all by itself in Suzuki's hand. Yamada hoping probably to get the 2 or 5 of cracks to make his Atama or his pair.
Another Dora, but this time it has a friend. And
there we go.
He looks like a Honroto, maybe Toi Toi, like Honro Chitoi.
He's going to need to call some tiles, and that would mean...
He's only 1 away for the Honro Chitoi, though, I think. I think he has 5 pairs.
Chito. Oh, I missed that. Wow. 5 pairs already in the hand. That is pretty large and amazing.
I think 2 9s to his Seat Wind and the West and the Green Dragon. See, just one,
yeah, all right. So just hopefully it's not the stupid 7 of dots that comes and pairs up. That would be disappointing. Of course,
it would with the pair of Dora, though. Yeah, but the pair of Dora still would be a big hand.
At what point does he choose to pawn tiles? Oh, what's going to happen?
He lets it go.
Holy cow.
Outside hand combines well with pure double or mixed triple hands. Yes.
Interesting that Suzuki doesn't choose that moment to get rid of it himself.
And he discarded the West, so he's definitely going for all pairs for Shibukawa.
Oh, he's already discarded the West. Oh, okay.
He
so yeah,
just
that's
discarded
why.
It right now, yeah.
Oh, right now. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And reach from Hisato. Can
he wants to discard the 7, but the 9 is a bit safer. It's only a bit safer, though, isn't it? It's not like Suji or...
It's just an outside tile.
Yeah, it's just generally 9s are safer than 7s.
Uh-oh. Will Yamada hold on to this 8? He is 1 away from ready. He just needs an Atama. He is going to play safe. The guy is good. We got a bunch of the 5s over here that Hisato wants.
There goes the 7, and he's still 1 away for the Honro Chitoi. So full outside all pairs hand. Which seems like it should be worth more.
Yeah, it is one of those hands that, like, if you get there, it seems prettier than it was really worth.
I mean, at least at least if you go for it with the all triples and not all pairs, and it's gonna have more foo, so it's gonna get up to Mangan a bit faster.
Oh, he's got there. That is a 1 of bamboos, right?
Yes, it is.
What does he wait for? So there's 1 Haku on the table.
He'll wait for the
He'll
Haku.
wait for that.
The once cut white dragon. But it's also the Dora indicator, which means that it might come out a bit easier.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's right. Yes.
There it is.
Oh, massive.
Love to see it. Oh my god. It's not, I mean...
That is pretty amazing. So that's Hanemon.
Yep.
A huge win for Shibukawa.
It's only 50 fu, or 25 fu, but it's 4 for the Honro Chitoi for the full outside. You get 2 For the all pairs, you get 2, and then 2 more for the Dora. And
Amazing.
yeah, Vala said he's never seen anyone go for it. It's so fun to watch. Yeah, it was only Hanemon. Wish it was Baimon. We were just saying that it should be worth about Baimon. Because, just like you said, it's super rare.
So he started off well, got an unlucky Oyabon while Hiroyuki Yamada drew Hanemon, and then blam, right back in the thick of it with his own Hanemon. Retakes the lead and is now only a couple points negative.
Oh yeah, Valley, he
Puts
wasn't
him
waiting on the Dora Dragon. He already had a pair of Dora Dragons. He was waiting on the indicator. So the white dragon was the Dora indicator, and the green dragon was the Dora. So since there are already 2 out and there was 1 reach on the board, then it looked safe.
Of course, as it turns out, it was Hisato that threw it, so he'd already reached. He was
Yeah,
was bound to throw it.
He was bound to throw it, but also I think it would have come out from any of the other players as well. It was
right against a reach that probably the Dora indicator is going to, with only 1 left, is going to feel like a safe tile.
Yeah,
and
especially if the hand doesn't look like Chitoi. If it looks like Chitoi, then maybe not, but yeah.
Shibukawa's hand definitely looked, it's still, he threw an outside tile there. It didn't look like he was definitely challenging at that moment.
Hisato on the move again. Already 2 calls.
Unflappable he is.
Looks like maybe all triples hand he's going for.
Even with the Hanemon thrown there and being in last place, he still has a plus 12 point total. So he's not likely to be eliminated in this round.
Yeah, basically anyone with a positive score is going to remain. When you get around 0, like the +1, -1 range, then it will be kind of a coin toss depending on how the other tables do, but mostly it's positive scores stay and negative scores are cut. And every single player here has a chance to remain, basically. They're all right there on the border.
Sato's going for the Toi Toi and Hatsu, I believe. So not a huge bunch of points, but a nice 5,200 would get him back in good graces. I don't know if anybody's noticed, Hiro Yamada is left-handed, and you may note that the camera is on the other side of his hand. Most players, the camera is on their left, but he gets the camera on his right so that his drawing hand isn't in the way. And a reach from Shibukawa.
Yeah, and it's a lot less rare than you would think. Like, I think when we're doing the Sankei Shimbun Cup, it happens. I mean, there's at least 1 left-handed player basically every stream, sometimes 2. And Shibukawa draws it. What a game for Shibukawa.
So of course, Ipatsu, not a thing, but draws the expensive one, gets another 4,000 points from each, 4,000 points total, and that really helps put him in a nice spot.
Yeah, he's got that positive score. He's still right on the border. He wants to get some safety points to make sure that he doesn't just miss the cutoff.
Just kind of his bonus time. He's got a nice 10,000 point lead. He's not really in danger of losing, of going negative at this moment. So he's going to feel like, all right, I can challenge, I can push here. Oh, wow. And that was a Dora uncle for Yamada, was it? Or Shibukawa? Not Shibukawa. So, Yamada has 3 Dora to start with. It almost seems unfair.
So the move I've learned this weekend after playing 3 days in a row of A-roll sets. The trick is to have Dora Anko and then reach with a Kanchan weight, like an 8 or a 2.
Oh.
When it's not a Suji, and then it becomes a Suji after you reach, and then someone
Oh,
hits
that
it.
is always key to get the Suji after you reach, so that to fool everybody into thinking that it's safe.
So I was
Yamada.
fooled by that twice on Saturday, I mean, and so I used it on Sunday, and it worked.
Yamada is one away from ready. He's going to reach with the. He's got the Hikake reach going on because he's waiting for the 9 of cracks, and he threw the 6 early. Will it help induce the Suji trap? Are we calling that a trap now?
The 2-5?
Oh, whoops! Wow, I missed it. Okay,
It's
all
a
right.
2-5 dot weight.
I'm totally misinformed. Was watching a different stream, I guess. Oh, he draws.
Shibukawa
Not
gets
him.
his first no
First.
reach, just Tanyao Pinfood Sumo. And get 700, 1300. I think it was Tanyao.
Was it Tanya? I'm not sure if there was Tanya.
No Tanyao,
So
just
yeah, no
Pinfood
Tanya.
Sumo. I don't know.
But that does end Hisato's turn as dealer, and more importantly, and unbeknownst to the other players, it ends the dream of a big hand for Yamada. He could have really overtaken Shibukawa if things had worked out a little differently. So, big hand, even though it's small points, turns out to be kind of a big hand, meaning-wise, for Shibukawa. Possible flush for Hisato. It's a lot of pins.
It's already south 2, so Hisato doesn't have any more turns at dealer. He's gonna have to. He's still plus 10, so really any points are gonna help him here.
I feel like there's a bunch of triples forming in a bunch of pairs, one triple and a few pairs in Shibukawa's hand. And my screen is laggy again. What if I close brokerage?
We are going to start experimenting with better programs than Discord for streaming, especially since we're going to have a lot more streams. That's reach for Sasaki. Shabo weight. I believe it was 9 dot and west?
He's reaching on his Onitsu. That is one of the things that it must be nice to be Hisato to be able to reach on those things, because I think a lot of players, when I say a lot of players, what I'm talking about me, I just cannot.
Either,
oh, it's not Onitsu. Okay, that's why you had to reach. He couldn't switch out the value.
Yeah, it's a triple. When it's a triple, it's really hard. If it's a pair, it's easy. And if it's all last, it might have been easier for him to switch out the 6.
Make the change.
Yeah, but it's not all last, and he has enough points. A lot of these decisions really end up depending on the score that you have, especially overall.
Indeed, he's not really in trouble yet. He just wants to keep from getting into any more trouble and winning a quick hand. Oh, it's a triple for Yamada.
Plus, there's a shot at getting, if he draws it, it's Son Uncle. So, and he can con
that's a
2
good
different.
point.
It's a 6. If he draws a 6, he can con. There's already 1 out, so he can't con that. Oh, but oh, there it is.
There it is.
It's Sumo Sananko manga in hand for Hisato. Even with no Kiriage, it is enough food to be a mangan, even with just 4 han.
Nice catch, noticing San Uncle. I had missed it. And that is a big win for Hisato, giving himself another 8,000 points, quickly going from, say, only plus 10 to plus 18 to 20, somewhere around there.
I think that's Ayukawa winning a hand there at Shiratori's table.
Shiratori not having a very good semifinal round. I think he was, in the lower half of the bottom 8, and doesn't look like he's crushing it there either.
He was totally the winner on our episode of Prost, though, that's coming out tomorrow, featuring Light Pink Yoshi's hand, Haifu.
Yes. And he's just generally a funny guy. Makes talking fun.
Yes, absolutely. He's kind of hard to get a hold of. Busy guy, but he made time for our Prost episode last year, and they're finally editing it.
Way to go, us. Well, yeah, way to go, you. Not try to take any credit for anything that happens.
Yeah, we need to start filming again, though. We got lots of stuff for Garthe to film starting next month. Should be lots of exciting times. More Prost episode films. Maybe we'll get Play Like a Pro back on. I'm hoping, because that new episodes of that would be great for the English channel.
So Suzuki had a bit of a decision there whether to go for keep the sort of Ryankan, the double gut shot. And instead he takes just one gut shot, and he's probably it's leaning towards the 5 of dots coming out, his pair being the 4 of dots. He can also switch to 1, 2, 3 Sanchoku if he gets a 1 or 2 of cracks. That may be why he ended up going with the direction he did. And there's the 1. He does a little Suji trappy, throwing the 5 early, hoping he does not get bitten by a 4 coming before he can get to reach. Another 5. I would imagine he might also chi the 2 of cracks if it comes out from his kamicha. Certainly he's throwing the winner to Shibukawa.
From Yamada. And Shibukawa just barely get back into the positive overall. He was minus 0.1, now plus 1.9, and he'll try and keep that positive score going into this last hand of the game.
Hisato drawing Mangan was not the best thing for him. Yeah, he's right on that cutoff. Would like to get a couple more points here to really give himself a little cushion.
But man, did we get to South 4 at lightning speed, because we talked for a good 15 minutes before we started watching the game.
Until, like it was 20 minutes after by the time we got going. Wow. I think that's just something, I mean, it seems to be a bit of a pattern with games that Hisato is in. The games just go fast.
The North Kanto games went pretty quick this weekend too, to be fair.
Our games, yeah, for some reason. I should have stalled more, perhaps. At least I could have made other people enjoy their beating the crap out of me less.
The only people that fall for Suji traps are those foolish enough to believe in Suji, like Jenn.
Yeah. Yes, any of us who keep thinking, oh, I can win this hand.
Yeah, the problem is that we're not just playing the Suji tiles to fold. It's Suji tiles that we're playing because, well, we're Tenpai, and it's Suji, so the risk is a little bit less, and we can push here. As long as the Suji, it's not Suji to the reach declaration tile.
Hisato going for another flush. He would like to overtake Tsuzuki to improve his Uma bonus, or in this case, I guess you'd call it a penalty. If he can get to Tenpai, or if he, well, not just Tenpai. Well, of course, if he gets to Tenpai and Suzumi doesn't get to Tenpai, then he does overtake him for 3rd place. He is Tenpai now, waiting for the 7 of bamboos. That would be a large comeback for him from 9,000 points only and last place.
Sasaki just know how to play every spot in a second. Very true. Sounds like big Suji propaganda. I can't dispute that. I think you're correct. The Suji lobby in Japan has
The
been
Suji,
very.
yeah, it's very effective. Hisato chooses not to try to draw out the Suji by switching the four hit for the one that he drew. Like what you were just saying there, it sounds like big Suji. The players these levels are not at this level are not going to be fooled by that. And when the tile comes out from the hand, it suddenly just makes things more suspicious.
Yeah, you give a lot more information when you discard from the hand then.
Right.
So the only time you want to discard from your hand, if it's a swappy doppy, is if it conveys the information, the incorrect information.
Right. And I think that's one of the things that a lot of people really miss is the information you think you're giving out is perhaps very different from the information you're actually giving out. Ooh, and Hisato will go for Mangan. Interesting. He doesn't. I wouldn't have thought he really needed those points as much as
Well, it
just
brings it
winning
up
would.
to Mangan, first of all. Second of all,
He can change the weight, I guess.
I mean, it doesn't actually give him much flexibility in his own weight, except for that maybe he could change to an honor, but I think there's too many honors discarded already. There's not really any
Yeah.
options for him to change to. But
He's
it is
already
a very
discarded.
tricky weight.
Right.
Because he has pawned the 5 bamboo, and so if people are thinking Suji, then it's not a discarded safe Suji, but they might think that he wouldn't change to a 5/8 weight. So this might be like another dimension of deception thinking.
Suzuki's Tenpai here, and he will choose to go for it. He's got one of Hisato's eights. Suzuki waiting for the 7 of dots. That's the Dora, the actual Dora.
It is the actual Dora, and it's like my least favorite weight of all time, I think. Just when you have the 6, 7, 8, and then the 8, 9, and you have that side weight for the 7.
Yeah, right. That's just like the worst of all worlds.
So at least if you have the 6, the 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, then you get an extra Han for that. So that's a little bit more exciting. But this is just like no added value, except for, of course, it's Dora in this case specifically, but no added value. The most difficult way where you're already using one, and
Yeah.
But
So
he's
he is
dealer,
a
and he
dealer.
needs to do something.
Yeah. He's hoping that this will force other players to give up. I think Hisato still pushes. And so if it does go to Hisato, there's a good chance that the 9 comes out without any protests. I don't think there's any great reason to think that the 9 was safe.
I think part of Tsuzuki's decision to reach here is because of Hisato's shorthand. It's really difficult for Hisato to fold in this situation, so that gives him kind of an extra draw, basically, for Tsuzuki.
Indeed, yeah. Even if Hisato does feel like he's drawn something difficult that he wants to... Well, he has a decision here. He could choose one or the other, and for once, Hisato slows down.
It was a backfire, and he folds.
Oh my goodness.
It was a backfire because he pawned the red dragon and switched to the Tanki weight. He was waiting for that 7 the whole time before that.
Right. Boy, what an interesting place to have given up. I guess he figures, okay, if Suzuki has reached, I do have another chance to win this hand.
I mean, he drew Suji to the
and
stipulation
wow,
tile.
What timing! So he would have
perfect fold.
Thrown it into it. Wow.
Yeah. And then he's just like, yep.
Yeah.
He knew it.
Just another day at the office for Hisato.
Oh, man. It looks like a genius to us. Amazing.
Really? Is there somebody that doesn't look like genius to? I mean, holy cow.
I don't know. I don't know if Yamada Hiroyuki is just like... I was like, huh, yeah, I'd do that too. Yeah, I don't know what they're...
Shun-kan. I wonder how quickly he does the con here. Like, I mean, it's his turn as dealer. You get another draw right off the bat. Of course, you've
right
gone
now.
right. Okay, yes.
Does A rules have Kuikai? Not anymore. We used to. We should still have it, but we do not have it anymore. And it's distressing to me.
So right off the bat, Tsuzuki gets a nice start to his hand. That's a Yaku, and it in fact sort of counts as 2 Yaku because it's a value tile.
Concealed con.
It's 32 Fu for that con.
Which is basically
hand.
It's the double of the normal 30-ish Fu. So since Han's double the Fu, since it doubles it, it's another Han. That's how that calculation works. Why use Suji when simply declaring that this tile will surely pass? Almost always works.
Yes.
If only you could say that in pro matches. You're not allowed to say that. That's why.
I would expect Suzuki to be pulling Hatsu the moment he gets a chance. Yamada's hand not really progressing. There's another possible run for Tsuzuki. So his hand is progressing. He's got a Dora in there and the Chuns, and if he can pawn Hatsu right off the bat, there's Mangan. Oyaman gets him into positive territory, possibly getting him ahead of Yamada. Yamada's hand just not coming together. I think we might see him starting to hedge towards a fold fairly soon.
Yeah, he has.
And Hatsu comes out. Boom! 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 Yes, yes, there it is.
Of course, he wants more points, Yamada, but he has enough that it would be more detrimental to try and go for more points and lose them than it would be to just protect what he has right now.
Of course, if Suzuki were to draw a big hand, he would be pushed into negative territory.
And in that case, he would have an opportunity to go for a big hand, and the situation would warrant
that's a good
it.
point. Yes, right. If Suzuki wins, obviously there is going to be another hand.
There's no Agariyame. I'm pretty sure these games are not timed because usually in semifinals and finals you do not have timed matches. I think semifinals of the World Reach Championship were timed, but they did have extra time added compared to the normal qualifying rounds.
Suzuki keeps not adding an extra pair to his hand that he can pawn with because he really wants to keep the double gut shot where he wants to use Dora. Obviously, he wants to use Dora, so he's not going to leave open the possibility for a mistaken Dora usage. What is the English that I'm trying to say?
I don't know. I kind of missed it.
If he, if he throws the 5, like what if he draws the 6, or he could have cheated the 6. If he throws the 9, he can't cheat or use the 8. So instead of having 2 pairs, he's just keeping the 7 of dots, and it works out. He's got the open-ended weight in the Sozu. Will Hisato push here and throw right in? He will not. He's still got points. He realizes that he is not in super large trouble. Doesn't feel like getting himself into more trouble. There's another one of the 6s that Suzuki wants, and another player will not throw it to him. So we can see 4 of the 6s in other people's hands. As far as drawing goes, there is only the 9 of bamboos to be drawn. And we can see a few of them on the table. Oh, there is an opportunity for changing here. He could throw the 7 of bamboos, but he'll keep the open-ended weight in Sozu. Oh, Hisato is not going to go for it. He has opted for safety. And everybody seems to be opting for safety. Oh, the 8 would have been a good answer. There's no way to know in the moment, but had he changed out there, thrown the 7 of bamboos, which he had already thrown, he would have drawn his winner. And Mangan, as it is, I think there is only one more 9, maybe 2. 2 more 9s left to be drawn in the deck. That's not one of them. Here's one over here. Continues not to be. He will swappy doppy.
Soppy Doppy, it looks like it makes it look like the 9 character has something to do with the tiles left in his hand, so it's a little bit deceptive. When in actuality, he's not waiting for anything near the 9. However, this late in the hand, I think the reason is that it's going to be very difficult for people to tell if he slid out that 9, like he did, the Swabi Dabi, or if he was folding. And that's why he decided to discard the 9 character there. I mean, the one from his hand instead of the Tsumogiri. Well, we got to South 4 at lightning speed, but South 4 is going to go on and on and on. Suzuki will have another turn at his dealership.
Suzuki putting together a little bit of a run. Actually, it's not really a run so much as he's continuing with small hands.
Yeah, it's more like by the skin of his teeth.
Yeah.
I really like that phrase, by the way.
Ah, yes.
Because
They're
your
being.
teeth don't have skin.
I guess it's a little less of a run and a bit more of a stroll. He's putting together a little stroll towards the mid to 20,000s.
Okay, but that sounds relaxing, and I don't think this situation is relaxing at all.
Plod. He's putting together a plod.
That's better, yeah.
A crawl.
It is a crawl. Actually, that sounds very accurate. Just punching my microphone. Totally.
Take that microphone.
Holding on by the enamel of his skin. The enamel of the skin of his teeth.
I guess that's technically the skin of your teeth, huh? Filling in a gap for Suzuki, and he gets the Tempai and will reach. Waiting for Dorotanki. Not always the greatest weight, but it is an early reach, and he really just needs to make other players give up. Yamada has a possibility for going for it here, but he's kind of a long way from. I mean, it's not a long way from winning, but the thing is, there's not a lot of safe tiles, obvious safe tiles. It's going to be hard to make sure that you can throw safely. He might start feeling like he has reason to push for a little while. So he takes Ishanten, throwing the 7 of bamboos. I'll throw that again. Get a little bit of a kabe there, wall to think that the 7s might be safe.
This tooth talk has made me want to go to the dentist. I think I'm going to make an appointment after the stream.
Wow. Oh no, Hisato. So he chooses not to accept that triple. He is definitely not going to let Dora go. So that's one Dora that Suzuki cannot draw. And this will cause Yamada to start to give up.
I mean, I can't see anybody discarding Dora in this situation. No one has a real reason to push the Dora to push for points against Suzuki right now.
He was probably not going to get a much better weight, so
yeah,
figures,
I mean,
all right.
to hope to draw it and
Yeah,
hope to get
draw it.
other people off their hands, which he has done. Yeah.
So he has a bit of a free draw. He's on a bit of a free roll, looking for another 3,000 points, or perhaps. Oh, is that not quite Tenpai?
Not quite. Almost
For
Tenpai.
Shibukawa.
We refer to that as one away from Tenpai. Very technical term. It's called Senmon Yogo.
Still one away.
There is another door for Hisato. So just, I think, one more left.
And that is Tenpai for Shibukawa. He takes Tenpai. There is just one left in the deck. Will Suzuki end up throwing to Shibukawa? Oh, and there's the last one. They all the Dora go to Hisato. So there will be no winning draw for Suzuki.
I wonder if he regrets getting rid of his full sequence now, because that could be a massive hand for Hisato. I wonder if he ever regrets anything in his life, ever.
You kind of wonder, yeah.
He has kind of the perfect life. He has like...
manages to live zero regret.
Yeah, he's just a Tenpai for Yamada too. And after it looked like he was folding with that triple north discard. He was just rolling it over.
Two people get to Tenpai, and that does put Suzuki a little bit in danger. Can Yamada find it in him to throw this 9, which has no Suji tiles to make it look safe? He did throw the 2 7s earlier, so there's a little tiny bit of a Kabe there, but he will not go for it.
I mean,
can't see any Dora.
Honestly, Hisato, like, 3-time OUI winner. Reigning, like, he's not reigning now, but he was last year, and I think that was his 3rd time as OUI. He's just won a myriad of other tournaments, has the perfect wife, 2 beautiful, really good-natured kids. Beautiful house, like, perfect life.
I think there's only one more 5 of bamboos left to be thrown or drawn by... Oh, and that's dangerous. When will he be able to throw it? It's not obviously dangerous, but there's no reason to think that it's safe, really.
He doesn't want to be stuck as the only player not Tenpai, because that would really hurt his... He's really right on the border now for remaining or being cut in this round.
He will...
Yeah.
It's safe.
Safe, he knows that he'll have another turn, so he's gonna gamble on being able to win maybe the next hand to put him back in the positive. To get rid of that yellow triangle there.
At this point, any winning hand does at least make him positive. There are 3 continuances on the board, plus reach sticks. Yeah. So any winning hand, there is a clock in the background there, so it does...
Oh, I guess it is timed.
Feel like, yeah, the games earlier were timed.
Maybe the next one. Maybe the next one won't be timed. The next one is going to be the last game so that's possible.
Oh, this is still a game 4.
It's game 5.
Game 5, yes, I did say game 5 there, right?
This is the last game where all 16 players are playing, so it's possible that the best 16 rounds are timed, and it's possible that the best 8 round will not be timed, which would make a lot of sense to me, so I'm gonna guess that that's the case. Because when you're deciding at the very end who's going to go to the final table and who isn't, you really don't want that game to be timed, if at all possible.
Seem to make sense. Hisato He's got a couple of green dragons. I wonder if he'll decide to push here to take a stand. Yamada, again, not really with a lot of value or speed in his hand. A bunch of pairs for Tsuzuki. I believe Tsuzuki is one away from ready.
I do like the OUI logo. It looks like a fan there on the top right. I think it looks nice.
Yes. Looks a little like a traditional something or other, no?
It looks like one of those fans that you sensu, the
Oh,
floating
right.
fans. Yeah, without the bottom part.
Suzuki accepts a triple. Will he pawn if he gets a chance? Pawning or staying with what he has are both leaving him E Shanten, one away from ready.
Yamada's also one away. Two. Oh, I thought he was two
Uh,
away, but no, he looks way more. Never mind. I thought he had a lot of old pairs, but a lot of pairs. And the board does look like there are a lot of pairs in everybody's hands, except for Hisato's. Japanese calligraphy is fun. I think it's fun to look at. I am terrible at writing it. Just because I'm not very artistic at all. So Garth and I are not the artists.
Nope, not even the littlest bit. A couple of Dorda for Yamada, but just not much else to work with. I mean, he's got the lone 7 of cracks there and the lone 4 bamboos. I don't think, unless some really magical draws happened, I don't think Yamada's going to be pushing, even though he's got 2 Dorda in the hand.
Decision time for Shibukawa.
He'll
Goes
be
with the
held towards
Tanyao
Tanyao.
shift. Yeah. The other option was maybe to get rid of one of those pairs and keep the open-endeds. It's either one away from Tanyao or one away from Pinfu. He chose the Tanyao, and there it is, Tenpai.
Suzuki decides it's time to make a move. He's not Tenpai yet. Needs the 8 of bamboos, the 1 of cracks, or the 3 of dots. There's one in Hisato's hand.
Hisato on the move, too. He does not want to lose any more points. The Shibukawa doesn't
Interesting. I mean, Yamada and Hisato are kind of in the same position at the moment. Both in the mid-teens, positive.
I wish I were in my mid-teens, but Shibukawa will win it.
Is the winner for Shibukawa.
This does put him in the positive, but like he said, like we said, he was right on that border. So it'll be interesting to see if that's enough to keep him in the game. Suzuki will likely be out after this game. That was the game that Shibukawa needed. So hopefully it was enough points.
A big win for him. Hisato and Yamada both likely to be remaining in the top 8. Hisato lost a few points. Yamada gained a few points, but they are both kind of probably finishing right next to each other.
Yeah.
About 12.2 for Yamada and 15 point something for.
Yeah, despite being last place in this game, Hisato is still first place at the table overall after the game was over. All right, I think that we'll put on this standings. Yeah, we'll pause it on the standings and we'll take a quick break so you can try and decipher the names there while we take a break. It looks like Shibukawa just barely missed the cut.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, that's what we were worried about. It might not be enough, and it was just not enough. Of course, we saw Ayukawa win the hand on the other table. He was on the table with Sho Shiratori, who also did not make the cut. Shiratori down there in 14th place.
So yeah,
Yamada,
Shibukawa.
our friend Manabu Yamada, who
Uh-huh.
also came to WRC Vienna. I can remember the name of that city. Vienna. He makes it to the top 8 in first place. Fukushima, who we've seen a lot in these streams, in second place. Miura, also a very famous player, in third place. Famous M-leaguer Kenji Katsumata in fourth place. So if we were to end right now, those are your 4 finalists. But we still have one more game, and the players that have a chance to make it.
Certainly, yeah. The distance between 8th place and the border in 4th place is only 15 points. That is easily a first place win and swap from, say, the 4th place player. One note for Shibukawa, like he's right on the border there. As it turns out, he was behind by a Mongun. It's just one of those things. He can't know what the progress of the other games is, and if he had known that, he probably would have tried to put together a bigger hand at the end. But boy, he did put together a pretty nice game there to get himself in position with a possibility to go on, and he just did not get quite the luck he needed
And you see the
in
top,
the end.
out of the top 8 players, 7 of them are from JPML, Renmei. Just one player, Hiroaki Saga, made it from Saikoi-sen in 5th place to the top 8. And yeah, so 2 players that, as you mentioned, Hisato and Yamada, both right next to each other, making the top 8. And Ayukawa,
Almost
I
like
mentioned before.
it's almost like these are our rules.
Yeah. And the Saikoi-sen classic rules are very similar.
Uh,
One of the differences is actually really fun, is that you're allowed to reach without being tenpai. That's not chombo, because there's no tenbapu at the end. So you don't show your tenpai at the end of a hand. If the hand ends in a draw, everybody just puts their hands
oh,
face down. So there's no penalty if you reach without tenpai.
that's an interesting play.
Yeah, I think
The
that's a really
all-in
fun rule.
bluff.
Yes. All right,
Interesting.
but we'll take a quick break. I'm just gonna mute the mics. I'll leave this on the screen. I just need to go grab a drink real quick. So we'll
Me
start back
too.
in just a few minutes. All right, I'm back. I don't know if Garth is back yet. I'm turning his mic on. Garth's mic is on. I don't think he's back yet. But we can just chat a little bit. Just Jenn chat. What's up, everybody? I put up an updated schedule on my Instagram because my schedule is a little bit there are some mistakes, so I put up an updated version. I was trying to think of when I was trying to remember when I said I was going to stream again. I think I said,
I'm back.
oh, what's up? Your mic is
Ring.
already on, so. Oh yeah, I didn't put the updated. I put the updated schedule, my updated schedule as a reel, but
Wow.
not as a
Is that
post.
my thing telling me that spring began on March 20th and ended?
What?
Why is that happening? Why did I just get an announcement that spring began on March 20th and ended on June 20th? Siri thought I wanted to know that? I think this is Siri telling me that.
Was it listening to me say something? That might have been. My next personal stream is going to be on the 28th at noon. That's my plan. Unless I have to make appointments. Because it turns out I need a haircut. And so does my child. And I also have to get this chip in my tooth fixed. Remember I chipped my tooth at WRC?
I do remember that now, yes. I know somebody who could help with that.
I know, but like my teeth are so like messed up that I have no confidence of going to somebody that I know. Because I feel like I'm going to be judged, so I'd rather be judged by someone I don't know.
Well,
because I have a lot of stains on my teeth. I think they can. I have a lot of stains on my teeth, and like.
If you brush your teeth rather regularly, you're better than I am.
But you don't get cavities, though. I get a lot of cavities.
Oh yeah, there's something weird about for some reason my saliva is anti-cavity.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. Anyway, I'm going to start the game instead of talking about my nasty cavities.
Game on.
So the table that we are going to watch will have...
Wow, Yukon is so heavy.
Yukon? Like the fruit?
Yukon? The
oh, the like jelly thingy? Kind of jelly.
Yeah, the bean jelly.
Yeah.
It's really
there
dense.
is Hiro Yamada again. Is this Miura?
Miura.
Hisato Sasaki again. So we have two of the players that we had last game in this game once again. And Fukushima, Yuichi Fukushima, who we've also seen many times on these streams. I think he was in the WRC Pro Qualifier, one of those matches, possibly. Does that sound right?
Very nice. I think you might be right. But some of these Fukushimas get all kind of run together in my head.
That's true, and sometimes the photos are not very updated.
Sometimes you know what? Sometimes
they feels like they could have been a little bit more updated.
Sometimes they might even be Fu something else Shima.
Yeah, there's a Fujishima that you often call Fukushima.
That's what I just realized had happened.
But it is not a rare name, so you'll definitely see other Fukushimas from time to time. And let's get started. Yamada is our dealer. Hiroyuki Yamada, who you just saw, used to go by Hiro Yamada, but changed to his full name. Maybe his family was finally notified to the fact that he's a professional Mahjong player.
He didn't feel like he had to hide it anymore.
I mean, that's actually a thing. A lot of players don't use their real full names because of their family or their relatives. So, and that doesn't happen that much anymore, but it definitely used to be very common.
Wow, that is pretty crazy. Because yeah, his name used to always be written in in capital letters.
Yeah.
Hiro.
Yes. And I always got that mixed up. So is Yamai Hiroshi and Yamada Hiro. And I didn't really know which given name is which. So I had Yamai Hiro saved in my phone, and it's still like that, but in katakana.
Yes, you don't want to fix stuff like that and then suddenly know what you're talking about. Miura with 2 Dora. It's a good start for him. Yamada's hand, he's got the double east possibility. If somebody would just throw it for him. This is close to Tenpai. Miura is close to Tenpai with 2 Dora. Looks like Yamada missed the first east to come out.
Yeah, he's not very into calling the first tile when he has a pair of honors or value tiles. He did that. That's what we were talking about before. Valen mentioned it with his green dragon in the first game. And it's definitely one of his play styles. Is he does like those concealed hands.
He does try to keep his hand concealed, which you'd think might be a little bit, he might change it up a little bit in a game like with where reach isn't rewarded so largely. Nope, he wants to keep his hand concealed.
I mean, he is also playing with other players who have amazing reading abilities. The more concealed your hand is, the more difficult it is for other players to read.
Another good point.
So it's definitely more important to keep your hand concealed when you're playing against very strong players who can read hands very well. When you're playing against newer players, they really can't read your hand as well. So keeping your hand concealed is not quite as advantageous.
Fills in a gap for Hisato. He pretends to think about something for a while. I'm not sure what the real decision was there because, certainly he needs the 6 least of all. And throwing from the dots would eliminate some possible improvements. He could change his weight. Oh, okay. That's why. He wants to be able to accept Dora if he gets Dora. Wasn't pretending after all. Yamada's hand just not improving anymore, really slowed down. Miura's hand also not getting there. And that would be Tenpai for Hisato. He'll reach, even though it's not Dora. He's going for some points. The 5 of dots would be huge. 8 of dots would be, okay.
I just realized I put Hirokazu instead of Yuichi for Fukushima. I have it correct on the name on the bottom. It's Y Fukushima, but for the post, I accidentally wrote Hirokazu. And I don't know why I would do that. I must have mixed it up with Tomokazu Tsuzuki. I don't know what happened there.
I wouldn't have said anything. In fact, I didn't say anything. Oh, that just keeps not quite being what Miura needs. Although now he can pawn, I think. Oh, will the east come out for some reason? I don't think. Yeah, okay. He is going to be folding. And so now Yamada his path to Tenpai is, is really limited. And Miura will also give up. So a quick couple of points for Hisato. Yamada's turn as dealer ends without fanfare. And Miura will continue as dealer with one continuation. And also in a pretty good spot. Even with the minus 1,000 and currently in, I guess it would be third place, he's still got plus 31 points. Hisato leaps out into plus 27 just by virtue of being the only person positive after a continuance. Takes 1,000 each from each player. That can be a little bit misleading. Door is the 6 of dots, and it looks like Fukushima has one in his hand. Yamada has none in his, but it's a good start to a hand. He's got 2 completed groups with a couple possibilities for what might become his head. Completing a triple for Sasaki, and it is his wind. He is the south. He's in the south seat, and he just completed 3 souths. Makes him E Shanten. And that is also E Shanten for Yamada. Another triple for Miura. Interesting decision time here. Problem with that triple is it means he wouldn't be using Dora. Hisato will take Tempai. He's going to be waiting for the 3 and 6 of dots. Relatively early Tempai for Hisato, but Miura says, no, I'm not giving up yet. And he pawns, I believe it was. So he's looking for Toi Toi, Haku, and not Dora. At this point now, he probably doesn't want Dora. Although, if he were able to get Haku... Oh, and there's Tempai for Yamada. Not a lot of value in the hand, but early enough reach that it might manage to get some other people off their hands. Hisato is not really in a position to give up at the moment. So it's likely that Hisato will at least push for a few more draws. Not the winner for either of them. Miura is likely to be some nice draws. And my computer is frozen.
We can still hear you.
Yeah, it's back.
Okay.
It's usually only for about 3 or 4 seconds. And the winner for Yamada. Lost a quick 1,000 as dealer, but gets it right back. And that'll put him in first place. That'll put him in first place.
Overall, yeah. Or first place at this table, but not first place
At this
overall
table.
still.
And once again,
behind Fukushima and Miura.
Once again, very much skewing the current standings. Puts him at plus 22. He was just, I think, at minus. He was just around, like, say, plus 4 or 5, I think.
Yeah.
So these early scores, the yellow scores are perhaps a bit misleading. They're not quite as far in the lead as they might appear, just because we're early on in the game.
Yeah, it includes
and
Namba,
a lot can still happen. Yeah,
that's why it's hard.
A lot can still happen. Yeah.
But the thing is, only 4 players are going to remain after this round, so you're going to basically want to be in the top 2 overall at your table. That's not an exact calculation because you don't know what could happen at the other tables, but generally that's the calculation you're going to be looking for. was basically the most
border.
accurate
Oh.
calculation you can do.
Right. The border was
29.
29.
Yeah, but the thing is, you bring other players down. So if you're in the top 2 at your table, you're going to bring one of those players down below you. If you're top 2 overall, you're probably going to be in that top 4.
So Miura got to Tenpai really quickly with Toi Toi and San Onko in his hand. That was a tough one for Hisato just threw it to them. It was really hard to see that he had such a large hand forming there. And that puts him very comfortably into in the lead for this game. Well, not comfortably in the lead for this game, but very comfortably in the lead for the standings. Might not be
50.
in first place. Yeah, it might not be in first place, but he's certainly probably in third, at least third.
Probably would be in first place right now. They're playing the 6th game. They're playing the 6th games separately.
Oh,
So
okay.
they're both streamed. So this is this table's 6th game, and then we'll watch the other table next week.
I think Yamada had more like 70 points.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, I totally
was,
forgot what was at the time. I was really only paying attention to the border. So.
I might not have remembered that correctly, but I think he had a bunch of points.
But if you use that same border as you see here, Miura and Fukushima would both advance. So basically, as far as overall scores, you want to be top 2 at your table.
Like you say, top 2. Looking. Oh well. Fukushima, yes. Still also in good shape. Still currently above Yamada Hiro, even though Yamada is currently above him in this game.
Tenpai for Miura. He's really going to try and just end the game quickly with all these points.
Hisato with a bunch of outside tiles. Will he start pawning if he gets a chance?
Could pawn. He could go for one of those Honro Chitoi hands that we saw earlier. He could kind of shift to Kokshi still. No?
He did throw the one of bamboos. Yeah. So
until that moment, he could have shifted to Kokshi.
Speaking of outside tiles, there's also
Fukushima's hand.
Fukushima's the one. Yeah, okay. Fukushima also has a whole bunch of outside tiles, right?
Okay, it was Fukushima's hand that I was looking at. It was not Hisato's. Okay. He could shift to Kokshi still. That's why. They both looked really similar.
2 players looking for outside tiles.
Half outside, half flush forming, possibly.
The 9 of cracks.
Great way to get points. And he's just going straight for Kokshi. And really interesting considering he is kind of locked in as far as the border goes. So he could try and go for a faster, cheaper hand.
He's after going for it. Oh, and this is going to be the winner for Miura. All right. We felt like not a huge loss, but and Fukushima is not really in trouble at the moment. So probably still okay.
They clearly don't see the value in Nagashi Mangan. I wish we could see the value in Nagashi Mangan. Unfortunately, the value for Nagashi Mangan in JPML is non-existent because none of the rules accept it.
0.
That
would be the value.
To my sadness.
2 Dora for Yamada Hiro.
And he is dealer again. We are already in South 1.
Miura filling in a gap, once again starting with kind of a nice hand.
Already halfway through the game in 15 minutes. Of course, that doesn't mean that the game will end in 15 minutes.
Last game, it did slow down.
Yeah,
as we got towards the end.
In all last, but all these players are playing for something. So I think you're going to see them holding on to these dealer turns for dear life. And certainly it is for their tournament life.
Will that induce Yamada to chi or pawn sooner? Throws a 2 of dots there. The one of bamboos, I thought would be more likely. It's an interesting choice. No,
Be what, Ponobo?
no. I guess
Oh,
he's
to
got.
discard?
Sorry, he's got the two. He's got the Gyankan possibility on the bamboos there. I missed that.
No, Ura, I can understand, but how are Tanya gamers supposed to win without Nagashi Mangan? Society. I mean, that's probably the main reason why Garth and I don't win. Is really just that Nagashi Mangan rule.
Sure.
Yeah. It's not our fault. If they just had better rules, of course we would be whole every year.
Yeah. I just noticed that Fukushima is also left-handed.
See, it happens once or twice. There's a surprising number of left-handed Mahjong players.
It's definitely one of those things you notice a lot more suddenly when you have a left-handed child. And you're like, oh.
Oh, is your child left-handed?
He sure is.
I'm so jealous. I wanted a left-handed child. I had all these plans for how I would let them use their left hand for anything they wanted to, and I would fight for them if any dumb teachers said that they shouldn't use their left hand.
Right.
But pretty much Japan is an advanced country, and they don't really care about people being left-handed that much anymore.
Yeah.
So there wouldn't be any fights to be had, really. Southpaw advantage in Mahjong. Maybe, is that why Garth and I don't win? There's so many possibilities. Garth, are you still there? Uh-oh. Oh, there he is. Okay.
Oh, no, I'm back. Yes.
Okay. Whew.
Did you hear me lamenting that you don't have to have that argument unless you marry someone that you can have that argument with?
Oh, no, I did not.
That's what I chose to do, just so that I could have the argument.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I tried to have that argument without a left-handed child with educators like at daycare and things, and they were just like, yeah, what you're saying is pretty normal nowadays. No one's gonna argue with you.
Yeah. The argument did go away relatively quickly, but a little surprised that it happened at all.
It did used to be a very common thing. It did change later in Japan than it did outside of Japan, but now left-handed southpaws are pretty accepted, and even sometimes a lot of these Mahjong players will have southpaw in their nicknames.
Oh, that's Tenpai? Is he going to throw Dora, though? It is his turn as dealer, and he will reach. Throwing Dora. I think we have another Tenpai. Yes, Tenpai here for Miura. The 7 of dots is not obviously safe. He doesn't have the greatest weight. He's waiting for the actual Dora indicator.
He's also like really in a safe position. There's no reason for him to risk points right here.
So he will throw the Dora that just got discarded.
They say it's harder to defend against left-handed reach. You really want a right-hander in there when you have to face off against left-handed reaches. It's the right-handed defense is really the only way to counter.
Okay. Gotta hope you get good signs from the dugout.
But okay, so also your child plays soccer. Is he left-footed?
Oh, for sure. Well, all right. Saying that he plays soccer is being fairly generous with what he does out there. He does run around a lot.
Does he mostly kick with his left foot?
Yeah. He does kick with his left foot if the ball does happen to roll in front of him and nobody else gets there first. Yes, it is one of those things you wonder, how are we going to get him to play the game a little bit more?
I mean, maybe it's not his game. that happens as
Might
well.
not be, and he does seem to be pretty excited about baseball. Speaking of being
Ooh,
southpaws,
I
so
would
who
love
knows?
me some baseball games to go watch.
I think we may go watch one just to let him see what they're like. Because some kids brought a baseball bat and softy ball to the park the other day, and he did seem to have fun swatting at the ball, and he hit the ball too. That was that was a little bit surprising. I didn't think he would actually hit it, but he connected.
Yeah, my younger daughter, she's very, very into all sports, and she loves soccer, plays soccer. She's on 3 different soccer teams, and she's definitely left-footed for soccer and left-footed for gymnastics, but
Oh,
not.
interesting.
But she's right-handed for writing.
So Yamada does manage to get everybody else to give up. He gets. Oh, he didn't get everybody else to give up. Hisato, or no, Fukushima managed to get to Tenpai. Interesting. I missed his Tenpai.
Yeah, Fukushima's going to be the mark for Yamada here in the South round. He's got to get above Fukushima, keep Fukushima negative, and also get a lot more points. He really would love to get Fukushima into last place, because that UMA difference would really make a massive difference in him trying to catch up. But he's got to be thinking about the totals, Fukushima's total and his own total. Miura is a little bit far away to try and catch up with his total. And so we're talking about those yellow numbers there.
If he were to overtake Miura, then I guess that would only be it would be an 8-point swing. But yeah, that's quite a bit more than what the current distance is. His easier path is, like you say, pushing Fukushima farther down, even below Hisato. Hisato is in kind of a rough spot at the moment. He does still have a turn as dealer, so a lot can happen before he's really desperate. Completing a triple for Yamada. Not a lot of value with that triple. Interesting, Hisato has the 3 and 4 of dots split up like he's going to make 2 runs out of them instead of using them possibly as pairs or triples. Is he considering cheating? And that's why he has them split up like that. It only does have the triple of the west winds, so he could cheat or pawn anything and still at least have 1 yaku.
Yeah,
He
and
might be thinking.
he has them separated like that, so that nothing gives. Well, he not
Oh,
anymore. Oh wait. What?
and now he's going for pairs.
Yeah. Huh. Oh, never mind. I was thinking it was Fukushima for some reason. I keep getting their hands mixed up. They're tricking me.
So he does get to Tenpai waiting for the 6 of cracks. As it happens, all of the 6s of cracks are in Yamada's hand. I would expect he's going to look to change to a better weight if he can get to a better weight. He's got it off to the side there, so he can do that. So Chitoi Dori Dori. A nice hand for Hisato if he can get it. Wonder if there is a weight that he would consider reaching on. Hisato does seem to want to make the most of any hand that he is Tenpai with. I would imagine if he gets to a weight that he thinks is worthwhile, he's going to go for the Hanemon. And that's the one he thinks. So not 2 of dots, 2 of bamboos is the one he thinks he
And they're
wants.
both
We can
right
see
there in
2 of them,
Fukushima's hand.
2 of them in Fukushima's hand.
Where is the last one? Miura now has a chance at both 6, 7, 8, and 7, 8, 9 Sanshoku. Would be a lot easier to just hedge both of them if there wasn't a reach on the board.
I wonder
Great
if
hand, but he doesn't need to take any risks, like we said.
It's interesting that Hisato would choose right next to the door like that. I wonder if that's because the door had just come out from Miura. He figured, okay, I can see 3 of the Dora. Maybe
yeah, I think
Yanto is.
He thinks if somebody's gonna have like a 2-3, a 2-4 shape, and they draw the 5, they're gonna switch out the 2.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice.
I think that you can make a reason for anything. Oh, now it's Tsuji.
5 could help. Could help. Will that induce? So let's see. I think Miura has 2 of the 2s in his hand.
This is Tenpai for Miura, and he'll take Tenpai. 4, 7,
Oh,
8
right.
dot wait.
I guess we were talking about Fukushima. So if he runs out of safe tiles, he might be induced into throwing the 2 of bamboos from that 5 of bamboos. Tsuji.
Can our cat be chombo if it knocks over our tiles? No, unfortunately, you have to change the rules to allow tiles to be knocked over if the cat does it. Because cats are gods and they never chombo.
Yeah, I think once you're born a cat, you are chumbo.
Garth is not a cat fan.
That is unbelievably Tenpai again for Miura. It's just kind of a weird, random single tile wait for Miura. I think he's waiting for the 4 of cracks. He may give up on Tenpai again pretty quickly here. Yes, he does. But he could get back to Tenpai with the right crack. Fukushima seems to be giving up. And you're Tenpai with Hiroyuki Yamada is also Tenpai waiting for the 2-5 of cracks, I believe. I think he doesn't have a Yaku unless it's the 5 of crack, unless it's the 2 of cracks.
There are a couple of early ones, so it could be that those the early 1 bamboo cuts made Hisato think that the 2 bamboo would be a good weight. I think those 2, I mean, he had 3, he could see 3, 4 bamboo blockers, right?
Oh, that would have been a winner for Hiro if he had reached. Will it end up costing him? No, it will not. So Hiro gets Tenpai. He doesn't put out a reach stick. He does lose the win by not having reached, but it wasn't really a big value hand anyway. So he might have figured, I don't know, he wanted to keep his options open in case he drew something dangerous.
I mean, when you have only like 1 or 2 Han, then getting the reach, or not the reach, the Tenpai sticks at the end of the hand is pretty much the same value.
But it's interesting that, I mean, it is his turn as dealer. Like, he didn't choose to protect his turn as dealer by reaching.
He protected it even without reaching.
Yeah. It's some good protection. Strong protection. So a bunch of Manzu and some letter tiles, at least, for Miura. Will he push for a half flush? He will. Could also end up with a toy hand, depending on the pairs he gets. But he's definitely aiming for the flush and hopefully a Dora. And he just cannot be stopped. Like everybody's aiming for his tiles. Oh, and he throws Dora. So he will not go for the expensive hand.
I mean,
it would have been probably the least likely.
Yeah, and he doesn't, I mean, we keep saying it, he doesn't need the points.
Right.
He's the only one who doesn't need the points, really, at this. I mean, I guess Fukushima doesn't really need the points, but he also has at least three more hands in his own dealership that he has to.
Hisato is Tenpai, but I think is there a Yaku there? I think he needs to pawn the south tile. Oh, he's Tenpai, so he's waiting for south and the 9 of bamboos.
Eric says, I think it was also Ishanten from Suonko.
Oh, where Hisato pawned?
I believe that's what he's talking about.
That is
I had to
Tenpai.
check some things that I wasn't.
He's pawned the 3s, hasn't he? I think he's pawned the 3s.
So if he wins on the south, it's a Yaku.
Okay.
The last hand. It was the last hand he was talking about. Sorry, I missed that chat. I had to check something else. The Dama Ipeiko.
Miura is waiting for the 3 of cracks, but I'm pretty sure that's the 3 of cracks he's pawned there. So he's drawing pretty thin at the moment. Obviously looking to perhaps pawn the Q of cracks, the 9 of cracks, and wait for that. Well, or he could draw the 2 and waiting.
Lots of
for
ways
the
to
2
change
pairs.
Yamada doesn't want to get rid of Dora, but there's already Dora out, so it's going to be a little bit easier to Tenpai without using the Dora. Plus, it's safe to the player that's called 3 times already.
I feel like this is a matter of time. It's really just a matter of time before somebody throws into Miura. Both Yamada and Hisato are probably going for it. So unless Fukushima draws the tiles, those winning tiles are coming out from Hiro or Sasaki.
This is a lot of pairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs. And he won't take the option of sequences for the dots. It's going to hedge the pairs and triples in his hand. But there it is, like you said. Hisato deals into Miura.
It was his density.
It's really refreshing that you think you're so funny. It's a massive hand for somebody who doesn't need points.
Shoots him way out in the lead here, and probably puts him in second. If we do remember correctly, that Yamada had plus 70. I still don't understand why my computer thinks I needed to know when spring began and ended. Silly computer.
Probably you were drunk. And the answer just works very often for Garth. So.
Yes, it's not. If you think that, there's a good chance. You are not wrong. So Miura, not in a tough place. Doesn't need to push here.
Kind of maybe doesn't want to push very much because remaining dealer for him is not that beneficial. It's just gonna delay his advancement to the semifinals.
Fukushima probably just looking to get cheaply to ending Miura's turn as dealer. Excuse me, boy. Like you say, he probably realizes that Fukushima also isn't really looking to win.
I mean, if he happens, it's gonna be like your son in the soccer ball. it rolls in front of him and no one else gets there first, he's gonna kick that ball.
All right, just
and win
kick
the
it
hand.
straight.
But there's no reason for him to like run to the ball and try and wrangle it away from other players.
So that fills in a gap, by the way, for Yamada, who also has 3 Dorda in his hand at a very important time for him to have 3 Dorda in his hand.
Well,
And he's going to go for it.
Need to know when spring ended to get more value from the season tiles.
Oh, good point.
We only get points for summer right now.
So far, nobody has any seasons in their hand.
Also, I'm not convinced that there are 4 seasons in Tokyo because it seems like we have deathly hot right now, and then it's going to be kind of cool for the rest of the year.
Yamada, of course, obviously the weight to choose there was the 6-7 of cracks, but got to be a little frustrating to immediately draw the other tile, the other thing that would have been your big winner. He discarded the 6 of bamboos and immediately drew it.
Nietzsche Fukushima has one of those reach discards where you can tell he's going to reach as soon as his finger touches the top of the tile. So he discards very differently when he's going to reach than when he's not. That's interesting because I think you can use that as sort of a forensic thing in the court of law. If they're like, "Oh, I wasn't reaching," you're like, "But you used that reach discard."
Right. I've often wondered. You know how what's his name? Arasan. When not quite 100% of the time, but I think most of the time when he reaches, he puts the tile down on the table away from the other thing. He doesn't do an atomic reach like Moriyama, but he'll put it down away from his discards and then turn it while it's on the table. And so you also have, like you're saying, that you sort of a giveaway that he's about to reach. But I've always wondered if there's ever a moment where he might do that and then suddenly decide, you know what, I'm not going to reach. And if there would be any protest from other players. That's Tenpai for Miura.
I think you could just go to the tapes and be like, you only do that discard when you're going to reach.
Right. And then to suddenly not, that was also Tenpai, but man, poor Yamada. So
I think that happens a lot to Yamada.
That was a funny look. They got him, the camera got him at just the right moment there.
They went back to him too.
Poor Yamada. So the guy who needs the points the least manages to snake a couple more points from the rest of the players. Steals a reach stick from Fukushima and a whole bunch of potential points from Yamada.
I think he earned the reach stick. Thank you very much. Didn't steal it. It's gonna
be thievery.
Yeah, an eternal debate on stealing versus earning.
Fukushima with a possible outside hand coming. He's got a value tile too, so he doesn't need to make it outside hand. Fukushima was certainly, in good shape at the beginning of this game, but has kind of dropped off a little bit. With the border at 29, there is a good chance that plus 31 is no longer a safe score.
Well, we don't know because the table hasn't happened yet, but I'm
right.
I think it will probably be a safe score because there's also going to be 2 players above the border and 2 players below the border at the other table. So someone at my hobby shop makes that exact expression when they're annoyed. Poor Yamada. Do you say that about them too? Poor friend at the hobby shop.
completes a run for Hisato. Yamada was surprised to have drawn the 3 of dots.
Very good narration. Why was he surprised?
I don't know, but isn't that what it looked like? Like he drew it very slowly, and then as soon as he knew, it was like, oh, bam, like down on the side of it.
I think Fukushima is Tenpai waiting for the south, and the 6 dot has not reached, so looking to just win the south and sneak the dealership away from Miura.
One of them is in Miura's hand. If he draws the 6, he can win off of it, but he draws the south. So that's south and draw.
Two Dora.
2 Dora? Oh, well, that was Dora. God,
Yeah,
once
the 6
again,
was the Dora.
Nimrod, one of these days, I will learn that.
This pretty much puts Yamada out of the running. Hisato is going to have a miracle run here. And if anyone is capable of a miracle run, it is Hisato.
We have seen it.
We have seen, like, Yakuman at all last to come back and win when he wasn't going to win otherwise. It's definitely happened.
He knows what to do. Can he do it? Fukushima will be looking to end that turn as dealer as quickly as possible. Plus 46 is probably going to be enough. So probably won't see him risk too much. But if he can just sneak away with Hisato's turn as dealer, he will probably do it. Yamada really needs to put together something massive.
Simply triple Yakuman. Yeah, just easy, cool, triple Yakuman. Don't bother with all the rest of the jazz.
He could figure, all right, Hanemon gets him at least close to the border. That as it was before this game started. If he got Hanemon, that would put him in first place. That would push Miura back down. Maybe Hanemon is enough for him to feel like he could win off it and not be unnecessarily crushing other people's dreams.
I mean, Hisato can win anything he wants as dealer. It's just Yamada that has to kind of think about what he needs to build.
And there are 2 hands still to get to first place for Yamada.
Practice drawing tiles under a waterfall. Why learn theory? Are we talking about the Shugyo thing? Like the Buddhist practice of being under a waterfall? Is that...
Oh, I thought we were talking about Destiny's Child or something.
Waterfalls is TLC, first of all.
Oh, right. Those are different things. Huh?
Yeah. We're not even talking about new young music. We're talking about old people music.
Once again, somebody in my household would have been very disappointed in me. Usually I just say everybody is Sierra because she likes that person. Sierra. There's a...
Oh, yeah, I've heard her before. That's young people music, though.
Oh, we're back to young? Yay!
Not you.
Oh.
Sorry.
More Manzu for Yamada. No. More Manzu for Yamada. So it looks like he is going to push for a flush or half flush. Another Dora from Miura. What does he do with Dora? Mr. I don't need it, but it comes anyway. Hisato's got 2 Dora in his hand. They could become valuable. More Manzu for Hiro. He'll throw the 4 of cracks late. Interesting. It's obviously going to be a dangerous... not cracks. The 4 of bamboos late. It's obviously going to be a dangerous tile, like now.
Now, Hisato refuses the full straight. Miura has won away with a really wide hand. He just got an even wider hand, which is why he discarded the green dragon. So many tiles make him tenpai there. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Hisato waiting for the 4 of bamboos, and Hiro having made a pretty fateful decision not to get rid of it early, now faces lots of danger. I mean, the one thing that could save him, I guess, maybe if Hisato drew another Dora and changed to the 2/5 bamboos. Oh, not yet, not yet.
Miura
I'm
can
not
even
sure.
call the 4/7 crack or the 4/7 bam for
Oh,
tenpai.
oh no, oh no, Hiro. Oh, he's yeah, okay. So he hasn't done it yet.
No, he's still one away. He has 4 different types of tiles he can call. 6 different tiles make him tenpai immediately. And there are other tiles that give him an even wider one away. Closed flush sumo for Hanemon. We would love to see that. Definitely, it is a habit of commentators to always root for the underdog.
Right. I just don't see a path here with the 4 bamboos in his hand. Oh.
Okay,
No.
it might chi right now, but oh wait, oh
No,
sorry, it was
that's
Hisato's.
Hisato
Well,
was
that's another
ready.
turn at dealer, so another chance at Yakumon for Yamada. After dealing in 7,700, ouch, ouch, ouch. And Miura actually wanted to chi that for a tenpai and Hisato's dealership, but he was just too fast.
It was an interesting choice when Yamada could have thrown the 4 of bamboos. I think when he chied, maybe he was still hoping that maybe he hadn't given away what he was doing in his hand. But boy, that is a tough place to have run into that, because of course Hisato didn't have a good weight there. Very few 4s of bamboos for Hisato to win off. That being, of course, the Dora indicator. A fateful decision by Yamada to not have thrown the bamboo. And a bunch of pairs for Hisato.
Simply declare forso or pass. So the problem was that Yamada in a pro match is not allowed to say "Kore toru yaro." If he was allowed to say that, it would be a totally different game.
Right. Of course, if he were allowed to say that, Hisato would probably say "Soitsura!"
Toru wake nai jan.
Right? It's the antidote for "Kore toru jan."
He'll say, yeah, the antidote. Forso will pass, and Hisato will say, "Never! Thou shalt not pass."
Pass. The flame of Andrew. Whatever that was.
We have to find another IMAX showing of one of the Lord of the Rings. We went and saw 2 towers, right, in Tachikawa once.
We did that?
Yeah, we did.
Wow. How could I have forgotten that?
Tachihi, the new Lalaport Mall in Tachikawa. It's not really that new anymore, but unfairly nerfing players with aura. Yes, totally unfair. It's all fair. We did it. We did it. And for some reason in our row, there was one lady who just decided to sit on the very edge next to the aisle, and she got really angry when we had to get in and out, even though the movie was not playing yet. She was really frustrated. And I said, if you hate people passing you, why do you sit on the edge?
I know.
And it's not like the theater was full. There were 5 people. It was like she couldn't. And we probably should have just sat in different seats, but.
Once again, Miura's hand is progressing quickly. I think he's 1 away from ready, with possibly 3 triples. He will not con. He will hold on to the easts as possible safe tiles, should he need to escape. Pull the ripcord.
Now is Yamada gonna go? He will shift toward a flush, but I think Suanko is probably the more ideal Yaku to aim for, considering his point position.
Earlier, yeah, just one Yakuma or one Mangan would have been enough to get him at least within spitting distance. But there's another triple.
Tujen Shanten.
You did just suggest, and the sumo gods listened.
Would be amazing to see a Suanko here. He definitely did not need to draw that tile so slowly, considering he was already reading it with his thumb. Been some good movies lately. I enjoyed Superman and Naked Gun. I have heard a lot of good things about the new Naked Gun movie.
Oh, he won't throw the 6 of dots immediately. Anyway, he'll think about it. Oh, all right, like you say, he's definitely thinking Suanko.
Yeah, there's 2 5 cracks out already. There are no 6 dots out, so tile count-wise, it's a easier way to get to Suanko for concealed triples.
And Fukushima makes a call. Suddenly. Fukushima looking to just kind of sneak off with turn as dealer. Put a stop to Hisato. And Miura will start playing it safe, hedging for some safe tiles. Fukushima not getting to ready. Nobody. Oh, and now we have another possible bunch of triples.
Bunch of triples. We love bunches of triples. Bunches and bunches. It's getting to the end. That's Suanko Dream.
Not quite getting there.
What if Miura got Suanko with this hand? That'd be just be like, why even bother playing Mahjong?
Wonder. So I think pretty soon here, Hisato is going to pawn or chi to get Tenpai. He really needs. Oh, and that's Tenpai.
Yeah, big hand.
Miura.
The green dragon. If he gets the green dragon, that's Mangan.
Even Menhon, he doesn't need to reach. He might be worried that the 8 of dots is dangerous for some reason. It's true, it hasn't come out well, so he's not going to do it.
He only really has to worry about it being dangerous to Hisato. Yeah.
And Hisato would have cheated for it. He would have cheated to get to Tenpai. He wouldn't have been able to win off of it yet. But it is true.
I mean, ideally, he also doesn't want to lose points to Fukushima either, but it would be not very disastrous. Even losing points to Hisato would not be disastrous at this point. It would just be like another annoyance obstacle.
It's interesting. So he gave up on the 8 of dots to not throw Tenpai to Hisato. The 4 of dots had just passed. And instead of throwing that again, he chooses to throw the 3 of bamboos, which does get Hisato to Tenpai. I'm not sure I understand. Well, there's another 3 of dots. I don't understand why he didn't just throw the same 4 of dots then. So Hisato will get another shot. An interesting choice by Miura. Keeps the door open for Hisato as dealer.
Maybe he really wanted it to be a more compelling stream for us.
I wonder if he was really hoping that he didn't want to make it so obvious that he was just giving up the hand. He didn't want to throw 2 4s of dots from his hand successively. But boy, that's a big break for Hisato to get another Tenpai there. And Yamada with a possible Kokshi. Yonshanten. I believe. Hisato with, not that many outside titles. Okay. Could possibly be hedging for a flush too. So far he's collecting Monzu. The Dorda is the 6 of bamboos, so won't be getting any help from Dorda in value. And he will go for the flush.
We have had some discussions about like how early you're willing to go for Kokshi, like how few tiles.
Oh. I believe the answer is if more of your tiles are good for Kokshi, then
So 7.
Fine. Yeah.
And
but
I think with
actually,
A rules, that's even more true, I feel like, because there's less incentive to just reach. A lot of people are going to have either slower hands or really fast, cheap hands.
Right.
And so, I don't know, I find a lot of incentive to go for Kokshi with these A rules. A lot of times.
Well, especially when your hand is kind of garbagey anyway, it's just, I mean, as a matter of all right, I'm going to be collecting safe tiles to give up anyway. Well, for the moment, okay, I could also think of this as possibly going for Kokshi.
Yeah.
So I've definitely done it with a crappy only 6 tiles to Kokshi, but the rest of the hand just garbage anyway. So fine.
Yeah,
Start
it's just so
collecting
easy
outside
to
tiles.
fold, and any other hand that you're going to go for is going to take so long that you're not going to catch up with anybody, realistically.
So Miura looking to end Hisato's turn as dealer. Certainly not in trouble. He does have a bunch of Dora, which might be one reason that he feels like, okay. Oh, wow. The other kinds of Yakuman possibilities. We've got 2 dragons pullable by Yamada Hiro.
Yeah.
Will he get another Hatsu? I think there's one Hatsu in another one of the hands. And
I mean, like, let's pretend that he drew a Baimon.
There's one Hatsu right there. So he will pawn the first Haku. Leaving that one tile on the end there might start making people think like, all right, he's got at least one not completed Tatsu, or I wonder, that's going to encourage. Oh, so he's not going to go for that. All right, so he'll go for Hanuman first.
I mean,
not Hanuman. He'll go just Mangan first.
Just Mangan, but imagine if he could. No, damn. If he could pull out like a Baimon Tsumo, that would put him in a really good position going into the last hand.
If he could get to Toy somehow, I guess that would be the way to get there. But for the moment, I mean, he doesn't have a lot of. I mean, it's got 2 tiles doubled up, but that's mostly going to be an Atama at the moment. Oh, well, all right. There it is. Hoitsu Toy Hakuchun. Could be a thing, but that also gives Tenpai to Miura. His Yaku is only valid with the 6 of dots. We can see no 9s of. Oh, they're all the 9s of dots in Hisato's hand. All right, well, he gets the Tenpai right at the right moment. Can Miura find the push? Of course, he can see most of the Dorda in his hand, so he knows that most of the value is in his hand anyway.
Shosangen, hell Tanki Way always works.
But he will not go for it. And so Hisato, waiting for the 2-3 of dots, will have one more easy go at the final, unless. Oh yeah, Miura probably realized, of course, Manzu are dangerous for Hiro, so he didn't want to throw that one. Uh-oh. And once again, throwing into Hisato. This one's not a big one, but it is still points that Hiro would like not to have lost.
Yeah, there is a clock still on this semi-final match, so I was absolutely wrong. They're doing it. I mean, I was incorrect about what they're doing, but they're doing it the wrong way for sure.
Yes, there is a way that we are right. So Hisato putting together a little run. Not huge points, but he is taking them from one guy who would like not to be giving them away. Now Yamada does need a pretty big hand to get himself in position for a big hand to win. Fukushima with not a lot to work with. Yamada really with not much to work with. Hisato with 2 south tiles. I would imagine he'll be pawning as soon as he gets a chance.
Miura is starting to get in that position where he's just like, can we just please move this dealership? He has really good shapes to do it with. He will definitely want to pull in that green dragon that he just got. But Hisato reaches again, and
already Tenpai.
You have to imagine that at least if he's not showing it, Miura on the inside is like, again? Seriously? Of course, he's very professional and very cool and calm. And there's a reason why he makes so many of these final tables or semifinals. But it does get a little bit frustrating when, like, okay, how come you didn't reach all these times before and now you just suddenly you're dealer and you can reach like every single time in 5th draw? Like, I wish I had that timing. But
must be nice.
It is already.
So Fukushima with a bit of a decision, trying to figure out how much he might still be able to attack while Hisato is reaching. It's an early reach, so you might figure, all right, there's probably not a lot of value in the hand.
I mean, Fukushima, as long as he stays above 20,000, he still has a really good chance of making it to the final table. So he's probably not too flustered yet. He can definitely do Mashi.
Lots of for Miura. If Hisato can draw non, that is suddenly Mon gone. I think there's still at least one in the deck, no? This does it, non just seems like the kind of thing Hisato would draw here, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he has those fingers that draw the south. As Val says, some people are simply blessed by a flow.
He has that confidence. I will draw non. So it looks like the other players are leaning towards giving up. Yamada, there it is. And like magic, except like clockwork, more like clockwork. What is it like? Like density. He just cannot be stopped.
And
And
now he is
suddenly,
a big threat to Fukushima now. He is almost to that border. I think we just saw Fukushima double check his little notes there on the table next to him. Before games like this, all the players, generally they have scrap paper available to the players. Scrap paper, scratch paper? I've heard both. What do you use?
I would say scratch paper. Scrap paper, yeah. I don't. I mean, you could say that, but I don't know.
So I usually say scrap paper, and I've heard both. I've heard scratch paper and scrap paper.
Okay.
Because it's like scrap paper scraps that you don't, which is basically what they are. They're like ripped up into 4 pieces.
Right.
And a lot of times it's old papers that they didn't need anymore recycled, so the only one side is empty.
That's true. I guess if they're ripped, then they are scrap paper. But I mean, man, I just don't feel like I've ever heard that as an expression.
That was pretty common when I was growing up. Scratch
By the way,
paper
while we've been
was less
talking
common,
about,
but it was there.
while we've been talking about scratchy paper, Hisato has put together a bunch of Dora, and he can still call Ton and Haku. This seems once again like destiny is favoring Hisato. He's going to pawn that. He could go for a full flush here, which he is going to do. He's not likely to get the Dora, last Dora to come out, so he's got to get the white dragon, one of which is in Yamada's hand, and I mean, if he gets somewhere where he really needs to push, I guess Yamada might push that, but it's not likely to come out of Yamada's hand.
Fukushima's Tempai. Sasaki could farm cheap hands to run out the timer and sneak first without giving up dealership. That is true. It's definitely a legitimate strategy.
Oh, that adds some possibilities.
But he will not have that option because we get a 1, 2, 3 Sanshoku by Fukushima for good for 300, 500 with 4 continuances, and he is concerned.
And that puts him into positive territory again, which is very large.
Man, more than double the score just from the continuances. 300 to 500 becomes 700, 900.
So Hisato really just looking to overtake first place here. That's that would be a 5 points for the UMA because there are 3 people currently over the threshold. The 30,000 points. If he could get to first, it's probably sort of a Mangan's worth of points. That would put him above at least what the old border was.
Yeah, but I think with Fukushima still above that border, I think he needs to get Fukushima into the negatives, which means a 1,000, 2,000 point hand would do it. 1,000, 2,000 point Tsumo.
Certainly drawing a hand that pushes Fukushima down would be huge.
I mean, it has to be 1,000, 2,000. That's the cheapest hand that would do it.
Right.
It would get
I don't think
Hisato
it would
into first place.
It would get him into first place. It wouldn't put him above Fukushima points-wise, though, right?
Well, Fukushima would lose 1,000 plus he'd lose another 5. So he'd lose 6 points. So he'd be plus 35.
He'd lose 6 points. He'd be plus 35. And Hisato would gain 5 plus 9 would be... So they've currently put him somewhere around 33, 34.
Would he get 9? He's already plus 3 right now, right? So he'd only get 5 from that and 4 from the score. So yeah, 9 total. So he'd be like 31. Right. So you're right. It's not quite enough. If you want to calculate it that way.
The way with numbers, you mean?
It's enough to put Fukushima into the negatives, but he'll need to be more negative. Or how would a Mangan?
Of
Would a
course,
Mangan do it? A
you actually,
Mangan would probably do it with the
actually,
4,000
like what you're saying, if you're saying Sen Nisen, it is Fukushima's turn as Zilliard. That would actually be 2,000
Yeah,
points
you're
from
right.
him. Oh, Hisato draws to his gut shot there, or his penchant, whatever, outside weight.
Yeah, I think it's still not quite enough. It would be -7 then for Fukushima, right? From where he is
Right.
now. So
Yeah.
plus 34.6. So Hisato would have to
Not
get above that.
quite enough. So this is going to be. Miura has. He's pawned something that gives him a Yaku, I guess. Yes, right? He's waiting for the 8 of bamboos at the moment.
Yeah, Miura does not care what Hisato does. He does not care how Hisato ends. He just wants to end the game with himself in this huge advantageous place. Fukushima would not be upset with that at all.
Hisato is one away from ready. Don't think Yamada has much of a path to victory, so he's probably just giving up. And that's if no reach. He's got the Yaku. He doesn't need to reach. If it comes out from anywhere, he'd really like that to come out from Fukushima. That would be the best case scenario for him.
Is it his Ipeko
But
Dora
actually,
Dora?
Ipeko Dora Dora, yeah.
Yeah, so Tsuma would be plenty of points. Chun Kan by Miura.
Would be safe, but he chooses not to play it safe. Cupine is the Dora, so it's not likely to be just discarded lightly.
Also, the one bams are both in Fukushima's hand and definitely not coming out because that's an Ipeko in his own hand. He'd have to have some
Miura improves his weight.
really compelling reason.
That could help Dora for some reason if Fukushima. Oh, and you know what? If Fukushima is not Tenpai and Miura doesn't finish Tenpai, that also gets Hisato into first place.
Gets him into first place, but not enough to break that threshold that to get to the final
not quite
table.
enough, yeah. It would put him above the old border.
Yeah, I think that's not going to be enough for in this case.
It's probably not going to be enough, yeah. But
the thing is, if Fukushima dropped down below the old border, then probably you wouldn't even have to get to the border. But I really think that it's going to be more about if you're our top 2 overall at your table, it has to be a really huge point difference in some other circumstances in order for 3 people to move on from one table because of the way the tables have been split up.
So one of the Dora is over here in Yamada's hand. I figure there's no possible way it would come out from Miura's hand. Can he draw the final Dora? Like you say, yeah, there's just no reason for the ones of bamboos to come out. Yamada.
Wow.
It's a little late.
Yeah, it would have been a great hand during the East round. Ah, there it is. This will end the game. Miura wins off of Hisato. Hisato gave it a really valiant try. I believe that we will see Miura and Fukushima advance to the final table. We won't know for sure until the other table has played their game, which we will watch next week along with the first game from the final table. There are 5 final table games, so we'll watch second table and the first game of the final table next week, and then the 2 weeks following that we will watch the remaining 4 final table games until we get to the winner. I have our screen open, and I just want to, can I say, Garth?
Yes. You can
Scratch
say.
paper and scrap paper are often used interchangeably to refer to paper used for rough work, notes, or calculations.
Is that written by somebody on the East Coast?
No, I grew up using scrap paper and not scratch paper. It might
I know,
be.
but you clearly just read that off of some website. Yes? No?
I
No?
read it
Yes?
off of a website, but it's not an East Coast thing. It's definitely not an East Coast thing.
Midwest thing?
Nope. Because I've never
Sure.
been to. It would be more likely that you were using Midwest terms, considering that
European
you
thing.
have actually been to the Midwest, and I have never set foot in the Midwest in my entire life.
What? How can that be possible?
I haven't. Like, when would I have done that?
I don't
Wait,
know.
why are we watching again? That's not what we wanted to do. I don't
For
know
all
how
the
that
reasons I
happened.
did. Because you went to
Um,
music camp?
No, I could not afford music camp
Oh.
growing up. That would be way too expensive. I've been on a when I was 16, I had been on a plane once in my
Wow.
life. Yeah. At 16 I went on my second plane trip. And it was to Japan because I was going to work at a summer camp, so I got the travel fees paid for me. But otherwise I never would have been able to leave the country before I graduated high school. And we did not have a lot of money growing up. So when we went on vacation, usually it was a road trip around Washington State.
Oh.
It wasn't like we saved up until I was 12 years old to go on one trip to Florida. But we saved up for years to do that.
Our Midwest trips were road trips too. It took us 4 days to drive from California to Michigan.
Wow, but you had a house there. So.
Well, we had lots of relatives who had houses there.
Yeah. I didn't have any relatives with more than one house. Most of them, and a lot of them were in trailer homes, so.
Yes. Most of the relatives did not have more than one house. Oh. Yeah, most. Yeah, we can go with most.
Okay,
Definitely
I would
most
say
relatives.
a fair number of my relatives had trailer homes or manufactured homes, and we did have like fair amount of motor homes though, because we would use that. I guess my grandparents did have a small piece of land near the ocean in Washington State, and so we would camp there often. But
that sounds pretty cool.
It was cool, but there was no house on it. They parked a fifth wheel, like an old rundown fifth wheel.
Ooh.
But my family was really good at doing like renovations. They're very handy.
Oh, cool.
So there was a lot of that going on. I helped my grandpa renovate an RV one time. But
nice.
I helped by watching a little bit and playing with the cat in the yard. It was
indispensable.
Very productive. Anyway, yes, so awesome. Thank you guys for watching to the end. Not everybody was able to watch to the end, but this VOD will go up. We will keep doing JPML select streams every week. Next week, Garth will be gone. He has some medical things to attend to, so I'll be joined by probably one of the World Reach pros, hopefully. I will go try and schedule that after this stream, along with a dentist appointment.
Did I tell you what the doctor said? That just kills me. It's like the matter of factness that it came out with.
So that means your intestines are coming out.
Yes. And then my response, like, I was like, yes, yeah, I know that I felt it. That's what I thought. And so then you think I probably, like, I'm kind of hesitant. I'm like, do you think I need surgery? It's like, because your intestines falling out.
I did tell KY about that, and he was not quite as amused as I thought he should be.
I know. I wonder if that's just because I definitely my American friends seem pretty amused. Well, mommy was pretty amused, but I think that's because it's about me. But yes, my intestine is falling out, so they're gonna stick my intestine back in, tape me back up. Oh, did I also mention my 6-pack is 2 3-packs?
Well, I don't think it was a 6-pack to begin with, but
no, there's that point. Yes, it was more of a 1-pack. So my 1-pack is now just 2. It's 2 1-packs.
I mean,
2 smaller 1-packs.
That sounds like a better deal. Economical. Okay, I
Bye.
think people are slowly leaving our chat, so we will be back next week. Don't miss Play Like a Pro, another episode coming out on Friday, and also tomorrow on the Mahjong Jenn channel. We will have a new prost, a new exciting, brand new prost with Sho Shiratori and Light Pink Yoshi.
Check it out.
All right. Love you guys. Thank you.
Toodaloo.